Hi guys, I just wanted to give you a little update via video today because it's just so much easier than trying to type it all out. You may remember in my vlog a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, we'd we'd had a very strange inquiry regarding adoption via one of our adverts on Pre-Loved. It might seem a bit odd that we advertise on Pre-Loved. We don't actually advertise animals, like specific animals for adoption on there. We advertise the service that we give to clients from there. And we've had an awful lot of people reach out to us from it, so it's definitely worth us having it there. But this is the strangest inquiry that we ever had. It was just a one-liner, and it was just, do you give away your animals? Now the saga continues. In case you haven't seen the previous video, what we determined from it was that we thought it was probably somebody quite young. And this is no disrespect to youth at all, but when I say young, I mean really young. You know, somebody that shouldn't have been on Pre-Loved. Somebody very young, didn't really know the ropes, didn't really know what is right and what isn't, you know, regarding animal welfare and all that sort of stuff, and regarding licensing. And I was really hoping that that would be the case. This Smarty Pants then set up a second account on the very day that we refused them for adoption, and contacted us again with exactly the same inquiry, worded exactly the same way as if they were somebody else. And of course that set alarm bells off as well, and I thought, this has got to be a child. This has got to be a child. You know, it has to be. And this is no disrespect to kids at all, but it's just such a a childish thing to do. We thought, yeah, this has got to be either that, or bless them, whoever this is, really, isn't the smartest. And we didn't hear anything for a couple of weeks. We turned down the second account as well. We thought, all right, that's it, that's the end of it. Until this morning, and we got another message from the fake account, the second one, saying that I'm a genuine animal lover and I have a YouTube channel and you need to go and look this up. Now I'm not going to give you the name of this YouTube channel, and I'm going to have to pin my fringe back because it's driving me mad. I'm not going to give you the name of it because I don't want people going and like commenting and like harassing this kid. But essentially, yeah, it was a child. It's a child self-filming, all videos. This little guy looks to be about, bless him, he looks about 12 or something, 12 or 13, and it's made me really worried because I don't necessarily know if people are that gullible that they would hand animals over to this kid, because obviously he's got to go and pick them up, or they've got to drop them off with him. So unless he's got a parent or guardian that's facilitating this, I don't see how he's actually going to get hold of any animals. But it is worrying that this child is out there on a site that is meant for adults. Now it does say in the Pre-Loved T's and C's you have to be over 18. But if you have written permission from a parent or guardian, you can be a member. Now, you might think that sounds fine, but my biggest concern here is that this child is on essentially a bartering, and selling website with other adults, some of which aren't very nice, and it's not monitored particularly well. I mean, you think Facebook's bad for the things that go on. Pre-Loved, it's like a private forum. Everything's done by private messages, and yes, it can be monitored, but only if it is flagged. Pre-Loved won't, they're not monitoring everybody's messages that are going backwards and forwards. So I really actually feel for this child's welfare. So with that in mind, we have reported it to Pre-Loved and just said, look, you just please look into this because we're not very comfortable with this. I mean, I'm not a parent myself, so in a way a lot of people would say I haven't got the right to comment on this, but I do feel that as a society we need to be aware of what our kids are doing online. And yes, that it's difficult. I'm sure you can't watch them 24 hours a day, but please, guys, just, if you're a parent, if you're a guardian, if you're a sibling, if you've got younger siblings, just watch out for them, look after them. It's so easy to create an online persona, and, it can appear completely innocent when actually it's very, very sinister. And, things like this happen all the time. And these awful things happen to our young people and to vulnerable people. And, we can all stop it together. And we hope that in reporting this to Pre-Love, we can at least, you know, maybe they'll block the account or something, or flag it and they'll monitor it or something like that, just to make sure that this child's safe. That's all that we're worried about, as well as obviously the animals. But as I say, I can't see this kid getting hold of many animals like this unless people really are that desperate and gullible that they'll hand them over to a child. Please, guys, don't do that. If you haven't worked out that that's a really bad idea, I'm just putting that out there now. Just putting that out there just to make abundantly clear. So yeah, I thought you'd all be interested to hear the end of the the classifieds con man, which, as we suspected, turned out to be a child. As I said in my previous video, if you're at the end of your tether and you need to hand your animal over to a rescue, please make sure that you always hand them over to a legitimate rescue service. Make sure that you see their insurance certificate. Check out their credentials. Don't just believe random comments on Facebook groups and your mate down the pub saying, oh yeah, this guy's really great with lizards. Just do some homework. Do some homework, look into them, find reviews, get testimonials, find people that have used them before and ask them what they thought. You know, do as much as you can, you know, if it's not a mainstream like, say, PDSA, RSPCA, etc., etc. If you're looking for a pet boarding service, as again this person was advertising as well, again, I hope that nobody would have actually gone for it, but you never know. If you're looking for a pet boarding service, always ask to see their up-to-date licence from the local authority and their insurance certificate. If they cannot provide either of those, don't give them the time of day. It's not worth handing your animal over to a complete and utter stranger and potentially putting your animal and that person at risk in doing so. So please, guys, be vigilant, stay safe, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.